Hey everybody, welcome back to Video Game Esoteric. I got a fun and random episode for you guys this Friday because if you haven't heard yet, the E3 2001 demo of Duke Nukem Forever has been leaked onto the internet and it is now available for anybody to play. And if you've been watching my channel whatsoever, you know I'm always advocating for the preservation and release of rare and unreleased software, so we gotta take a look at it. And I will say that girl right there is quite ugly. It's definitely early 2000s graphics, but obviously the Duke Nukem Forever we got versus what was previewed back in the day is completely different, and while Duke Nukem Forever isn't as bad as the internet may lead you to believe, it certainly isn't a good game either. So being able to take a look at what exists here with this demo is absolutely spectacular, and big thanks to the person who shared it because it is incredible to have it. And these were some of the screenshots you saw back in the day, and this game was being previewed when I was in high school, and I was incredibly excited to get Duke Nukem Forever because I played the ever-loving hell out of Duke Nukem 3D. I played a ton of all the 3D Realm stuff back in the day. And while I will say there isn't much to play in this leak, there's only a couple levels that even have enemies. It's mostly just a graphical showcase where you could get screenshots from. Having this preserved and available for anyone to take a look at is great from that preservation standpoint, because this could have easily just sat in a private collector's hands for forever. But the fact that it was released for everyone to enjoy it is always what I'm talking about on this channel. And I'm not sure where you're supposed to go on this roof here, but let's just take a flying leaf off the edge and see what happens. You get some good animations here of the mission being over. This feels both like complete in little tiny aspects and 100% incomplete in most of the aspects. It's like 10% of a game here. There really isn't any story whatsoever. There's only a few instances where there is combat. But it is amazing to walk around the world of Duke Nukem Forever as we were supposed to get it in the early 2000s. Because even though it was exciting when Duke Nukem Forever finally did release, it's worth it for like $5 as a curiosity. And honestly, the crass humor and the kind of puerile nature of it isn't for today. But back in the early 2000s, you could get away with that sort of stuff. I mean, I don't know if they thought they could get away with his face. They would have definitely gotten some review scores marked down for that not being looking like a human whatsoever. They could have done better for the era, but obviously this is just an alpha, so we can't judge it too much. And you will see that there are a lot of graphical bugs going on here, but the casino area is one of the places where you will get enemies that you can shoot. And for what you have here, the gunplay feels good. I mean, you point the cursor at them, you shoot them, they die, or you die. It's pretty simple. But honestly, this makes me wonder what else could have been for Duke Nukem Forever, and that's always the thing with these bits of software. I've spent a lot of time hunting down rare things to release, and I will say that 99 out of 100 times, your anticipation of experiencing it is so much better than what you actually find, and that's obviously the case here with this build of Duke Nukem Forever. There is no game, there is no story, but from a curiosity standpoint, it is absolutely incredible to look at. The difficulty definitely is not tuned whatsoever, though you are going to die basically almost every time you encounter an enemy. But just seeing the Las Vegas Strip here and the Lady Killer Casino in the background, you'll see it in a second, it is so much fun to see the magazine pages and those really crappy VHS copies of the trailer come to life on your computer system. And this is relatively stable. It froze a few times for me, but honestly not that many more times than a AAA released game would. And again, we got another woman there who just is a face only a mother could love. But I remember seeing these screenshots, and this is the Lady Killer before it became the 2006 version of it. And it's just so much fun to experience this world and see some of those early screenshots actually moving around on your screen. Now this is unlocked on the frame rate and it runs extremely fast on my system, and I'm sure it will on yours too. But there's a lot of fun to be had here just checking out the world of Duke Nukem Forever as it was originally supposed to be, and that is always an absolutely fun time. But even the crusty prospector is here, so go ahead and listen to his voice lines for like 15-20 seconds because this is some of the stuff we got from the trailer, and I'll come back and give you more of a tour through Duke Nukem Forever. But enjoy.
Hey, boy, get away from my ass! You think them sunglasses make you look cool or something? Hey, boy, get away from my ass! You think them sunglasses make you look cool or something?
So yeah, that's the prospector from the original trailers and screenshots, and he is in motion in the game right now, and that is just so much fun to see. Now, most of what you're going to be quote-unquote playing in this alpha release of Duke Nukem Forever isn't actually gameplay. 99% of the doors don't do anything, but you do need to check them all because every once in a while one door will open up and you will see something new. But I love how the game looks even in its unfinished state because early 2000s graphics on PC, I loved them. And it's a bummer that this game didn't release the way it is because I'm sure it would have been better than what we got. And you even get some fun set pieces as that Forbidden City casino falls to the ground in the background and that dragon breathes fire. It does freeze directly after that though, unfortunately. But we're out here in this motel area. Some areas will seem familiar if you played the release version of Duke Nukem Forever. Some are going to seem brand new in the one night stand here. They definitely weren't shy or sly about hiding their jokes. They just popped them right in there, but it's a Duke Nukem game. That's what you get. And you can make the game do some really weird stuff like these texture maps here will just completely pop up. I'm sure that someone's going to fix this game and make it playable, and you can shoot NPCs. I figured I'd show you one. But what I'm mostly excited about is to see what people and modders do with the files here. I would not be surprised if in a year you were playing a fan-released version of Duke Nukem Forever utilizing all these assets, because there's a ton of maps here, and they are the basis for the game. I mean, I'm sure there is some things missing here and there, but there's enough bones and enough meat on those bones that people can do a lot with this, and that's the thing. Someone could have remade Duke Nukem Forever based on the trailers in a modern engine, but now they have all these assets and they're pretty janky. And you'll see here you get dropped off by that completely mangled limo right into the middle of a gunfight and you are going to die. It does not matter what you do. I don't know, there might be a god mode on this. I didn't check into it too much. I was just so enjoying checking things out and seeing them. And the Balls of Steel pinball machine that appeared in Duke Nukem 3D is here as well, and you get a Lance Burton poster. That's a real person. You can definitely tell that in some respects they were utilizing assets that existed in the real world and just incorporating them into the game as placeholder art. And then you have this little casino like dance area, and you have these trip mines, but you can't blow them up. No matter how many times I shot them, they would not explode. I guess that just wasn't programmed in quite yet. But you even get a little poster here for the moon base, and you can check that out in the game itself. The Hoover Dam, just like Duke Nukem Forever that released, is here in parts, and you do get a decent gunfight on there. There's 3 enemies, 1 with a shield, and their AI, obviously not finished. You know, they bounce back and forth, they try to get around you, they try to shield themselves, so it seems like for its time and era, there was some good gunfight gameplay in here, even if you can't really see what you're shooting at, because that EDF texture just keeps completely popping into the window, and the boot, Duke's leg, is just a complete mess as well. But again, unfinished, what does it really matter? But there is a ton of fun to check out in here. You get inside of the Hoover Dam, you get these generators, and if you go around the corner here, you just blow up. That's it. He's dead. I don't know what happened. There must be a kill plane trigger in there somewhere. But you even get the original Hollywood Holocaust level remade in the current Duke Nukem Forever engine. I think it was Unreal Engine at this point in time. And this is a ton of fun. Seeing this remade in early 2000s graphics is spectacular. Although you can't jump up there and try to get that hidden bazooka. I was going for it anyway. It's still a little janky. Some of the enemies, their hover packs don't work, so they fall right into the dumpster. But it is just incredible. This feels like, I don't know, maybe this was just going to be a bonus level. Maybe they're planning on remaking the whole game in 3D. Obviously, 3D Realms' plans are way too ambitious because we never even got a game from them. But this is just cool. I love having this, and I love telling you about it if you haven't heard about it yet, because the preservation and releasing for fans to enjoy of content like this is one of the ultimate goals, in my opinion, of retro gaming. It's been too long that things like this sit in private collectors' hands and people hint that it exists and you never see it. It's great that this is out into the community, and you know I always advocate for that. Like I said earlier, 9 times out of 10, the content you get is way less than you would have hoped for and way less than you built it up in your imagination, but it is always better to have it and it not live up to your expectations than to never get to experience it in the first place, because yeah, Duke Nukem Forever, the 2001 E3 demo does exist. There's 2 different builds of it, and I will leave a link to the archive.org repository for it, because you do need to build the executable, but that link actually has a built version in there, which is going to save you a lot of time. I had to build this and it took me like half a day just to get it right. But you even get that giant pig cop, and you get this boxing match where this glowing neon woman in a bikini with an ugly face comes around, and once she moves over, there's going to be some enemies to shoot and you get different rounds. But yeah, do me a huge favor, go down below, hit like and subscribe, leave me a comment down below. Were you excited for Duke Nukem Forever in the early 2000s, or do you just remember the version we got? Short of that, I'll have videos throughout the week, and I'll be back next Friday with something random. But yeah, Duke Nukem Forever exists. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.